everybody, this is Rima from the Guiding Star. I'm a lovely plant here. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I really want to make this video zero makeup as always, but also on 5 hours of sleep and non-stop work for the last 2 days. Literally been working like a machine. I still want to make this video to share something very special, a very special remedy, if I can say, to feeling stuck in life. I would first encourage you to make a poll, like a rate yourself from 1 to 10 on how stuck you're feeling in your life. Okay, the 10 is the most stuck and 1 is not at all. And here's what I want to say, because it's Thanksgiving. Obviously in Thanksgiving we are wanting to share and feel grateful to all the things that we have in life, and I want to extend that gratitude to everything and everyone that has come in my life that has been both an encouragement and an obstacle or neutral. People that have come in seasons and gone, people that have come and stayed, that have come, gone, and come back. I appreciate each of that, all of you, in every way, all the opportunities, the body that I've been given to have the sanity, the mind, and everything that even the universe and God has given me. So thank you so much, because even people that have been an obstacle, so to say, have helped me grow, have helped me learn, introspect, reflect. So everybody is, in a way, has made huge contributions to my life, and thank you for that. For feeling stuck, if you're really feeling stuck, I feel like I want the green. I'm just feeling so bland. There we go. If you're really feeling stuck in life, one of the more important things, I feel like, let me hold this plant. I don't know, I'm probably so sleepy with just being on 5 hours of sleep for the last 2 days. Yeah, that feels better. I love the green. By the way, I've learned to take care of plants much better than before. I've really been very bad at caring for plants, but I finally learned how to be much better. This plant is thriving. I love it. It's really doing so well. Love it. The one thing that we cannot pass by in our lives, and if you're feeling stuck, I can guarantee you this is going to bring a huge opening into your life, depending on how far you're willing to take it, how much you're willing to give into it, invest in it to really see the plant, right, grow. We cannot pass by our lives by not amending any gaps, any conflicts, hurt, wounds with our parents. No matter what our parents did to us, in the entire realm of everything that could have been done wrong to the worst possible. And I will tell you that I will not preach what I don't practice. And if I can forgive, amend, I ask for forgiveness, and now I have a friendly relationship with my father, then anybody can do anything. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you. I can do it. You can do it. The question here is not about who is right and who's wrong. And your parents could have wronged you a lot in every possible way, and they may not even agree to it. My father doesn't have to agree to the wrong that I experienced or felt. Even factually, if everybody can see that it was wrong, or wrong to a very, very deep extent. The question is not that. The question here is having the heart of compassion, where on a spiritual and energetic level, I don't know if I have the right words to explain it, we cannot move forward in life until we have amended our past. There's just no possible way. There's no possible way we can keep holes dug in the path behind us and expect to have bridges for us ahead. Now, what does that mean? That means that we are healing emotional wounds within us. It also means that we're willing to let go and learn. It doesn't mean that you're allowing people to walk over you or continue to mistreat you or do wrong to you, but it does mean that you're willing to let go and untie all the chains that are around you emotionally, mentally, maybe even physically, in terms of physical disease, in terms of anger sitting in your heart chakra being blocked, root chakra feeling insecure, whatever that may be, to untie yourself from all of that. And the way to do that is to open your heart, even if it wasn't your fault, to just go and amentize and ask for forgiveness from your parents. And I'll tell you, some of you may be thinking, but I didn't get to choose my parents. Well, we did, and I'll tell you why and how. I'll come to that. But even if nothing was wrong was done that you know of, even if you think that there's a very wonderful relationship and smooth sailing, then all the better. There's no harm in then just going and not just saying I'm sorry, and not just saying I'm thank you, not just saying those words, because they become passing words at some point. When you're constantly saying I'm sorry, I'm thank you, it becomes a very passing phrase that may not be understood in all its depth, or be taken as seriously, or be enough to heal some very deep gaps or wounds. Sometimes it's just a gap. Sometimes it's a misunderstanding. Sometimes it's actual wrong done. Either direction, right? To be able to go and say to your parents, I, apologize for, if you know specific incidents, be as elaborate as you can. Whether you write it, you say it, even better if you hold your hand and you look in the eyes, or if you call them and you talk to them directly, if you have that ability. If they're no longer here, write a letter to them. If they are here and you don't feel comfortable talking to them or cannot, then write a letter. But in all the elaborate ways that you can be vulnerable and open your heart. If we cannot be vulnerable and heal our roots, there's no way. I'm trying to really hold back some of my words right now, that you can bear fruit to your tree and grow. It's not possible. Energetically, it's not possible. We must go back, ask for forgiveness, give forgiveness, be elaborate about it, be specific about it. If you can do it beyond your parents, great. I can guarantee you, any person who sits down to do this activity, you should have a minimum of 15 to 20 people at least in your list. If you're my age, if you're middle age, you should have a minimum of 50. If you have not done this exercise anytime before, it could be a list running in hundreds. Every little thing, passing comment that I could have made to let's say a shopkeeper, because I was upset that day. Maybe I was just a little bit rude. I came off a little snobbish. Could have hurt them. Maybe they were already having a very bad day, and to top that with a negative comment from a customer could have been really bad. The list can be endless, but what cannot be compromised is you still can forego, and you don't owe as much to your siblings as much as I will say to the roots, to your parents. Now, coming to the fact of, before I move forward, I want to tie the knot here. The capacity and the amount of healing that can happen with it. It's a well. It can be a well. The amount of energy that you can shift for them and you. It's okay if you don't talk to them ever again, but you do not want to harbor grudge, resentment, remorse, anger, and you do not want to let it harbor there. And it's okay for them to not see your perspective. If you can come to that place, that's fantastic. If you don't come to that place, say in your heart, I'm not okay with you not knowing, how I was impacted by but I would still like to say sorry from my end and give you forgiveness in my heart. So to be able to be verbal and vocal and detailed and specific, the capacity for shifting that energy is so humongous. I think you can only experience it. There's nothing that I can say that can justify the amount of healing that can come with it. We cannot in any part, and I'm a very traditional person by heart. So, I might be one of those people who doesn't fully, like I'm saying, I will not preach what I don't practice. So I've come from a background, a childhood that has not felt or been very, very wronged. Very, very deeply, like deep cuts and wounds. And despite that, if I can not only override that, but heal that. And today, like my dad and me, we have a great relationship. He knows that there's somebody he can call like a friend, He doesn't still agree to a lot of the things that were done that were, that had such a deep impact on my self-esteem, self-confidence, my relationships. What happened in my life after, the way I would act with others. It impacted everything in my life, everything. How I felt about myself. But he doesn't have to agree to that, and I'm still able to forgive and let go. And there's sometimes I have to remember how I used to feel now, because I've healed it so much I don't even remember what it was like. I don't feel sad about it. It doesn't trigger me. If we have a trigger when somebody says something, that means it's unhealed. There is still room and scope for healing. So once, and when, if you do feel brave enough to do that, the universe rewards us when we are able to take that additional step to go out of our comfort zone and be brave, and especially brave in a way where you don't know how what you do will be received or what the outcome will be. So easy to know what the outcome will be. Like, easy to know that if I work, I'm going to get this much of a paycheck, right? But in terms of spiritual growth, if you're feeling stuck and you want to move forward in life, to be able to untie those knots and wounds that need to be healed from the past, we have to be willing to be brave for the universe to support us and to say, hey, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm still going to do what is right for me and what is right in values and what is true in terms of just healing and spirituality and the goodness of being a human being, right? Or being the ascension that your soul, the growth that your soul needs. What do I need to do for that? Even if I don't know whether the outcome will be what I want it to be, or whether it'll be a good outcome or not. It should be a good outcome. If you did it right, it has to be a good outcome. What do we mean by a good outcome? A good outcome could mean, at the very least, you feel a lot of peace in your heart. So you immediately start healing your emotional body, your physical body, your energy changes, your attraction theory, right? The attraction theory. So what you start to attract as a result of that changes. That's the least. Even if the other person gives you no benefit of doubt, let's say, or no positive response, the better outcome is, of course, you get what you want and more, right? But at the very least, the peace that it'll leave you and in your immediate surroundings and your family, that blessing has to come. There's no way it won't come if you've done it right. The universe is going to bless you. But to tell the universe that you show me exactly, that this will for guaranteed be a positive outcome, it's being conditional. It's doing something for a positive outcome. It's not doing something because it's right. I don't know how many of you understand it. I don't know if there's a better way to explain it. I struggle with simplifying things because in my mind, it's much, even what I'm saying right now, I really have to struggle to find the words to simplify it enough for my audience to understand. Thank you for watching. And then the other part that I wanted to say, which obviously I forgot right now, I'm going to take a moment to think. I was going to say something to that. And then I came back and I said, let me tie the knots. I think I might have to make another video because I don't remember what I was going to say. I did say we don't, siblings, I shared that, parents, I shared that, what can happen as a result. I don't know. I don't remember. I might have to come back to it. Thank you so much for watching. This is Rima Desai from The Guiding Star. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, I remember. I remember. So I did tell you all that I will tell you why we have been told many times in our lives that we didn't choose our parents, right? The one thing that you don't get to choose is your parents and your family. Not true at all. Not true at all. I'm talking pure spirituality and understanding the laws of karma and theory. Karma, I don't like to say karma, but karma, and theories of really understanding reincarnation, life, soul ascension, spiritual laws, whatever you call it. When we die, let's say, or when we have the opportunity, even when we're alive, we get opportunity, our soul gets the opportunity at different points of our life to choose the path ahead. So when you get a choice to choose your next path of the next birth, life, it's essentially, think of it as a list of, if you had a bank account, a credit and debit, and then you wanted to make some investments, basically you would go off of credit versus debit, right? Balance versus like how much balance do you have, that's positive. What negative balance you have, and based on that you get to make choices. It's like going to Starbucks. If your budget is $5, you will decide whether how many toppings you want to have, how big do you want a venti, a grande, a tall cup, and what kind of drink do you want to order. Same thing. So when we get a choice, we always get a choice. The soul always gets a choice based on the collection, right? For after, at the end of life, or whenever it's time to make the next choice. Here's your collection, and these are your options. And it would literally be like, based on what you have, you get a choice of, let's say if you invest a lot of your good karma in choosing excellent parents, then you have probably very little left to choose, probably, right? I'm saying good health or money or a good marriage. And some people may have excellent balance that they're able to choose a lot of good things, right? A lot of good things, and they're choosing a much easier life. The other part to it is we're also choosing what do you want to achieve from that life. So sometimes your balance could be low in terms of good balance, but maybe you're just wanting to go and enjoy life and you don't want to necessarily grow that much spiritually or burn off your negative karmas. You don't want to progress that much. You just want to enjoy it. So the soul gets to decide what is going to be the purpose of this birth. And based on what bank balance you have in terms of your karmic balance, you get to choose what kind of parents, what kind of siblings, what kind of body, how intelligent do you want to be, who are the people that will be significantly impactful in your life in a positive and negative way, what kind of, some things are more loose-ended in terms of exactly how much money you'll make, but there's a much broader framework in terms of potential for those more loose-ended is what I call variables. But something like parents, you have to decide. You cannot necessarily change it, right? After you decided or once you're born. So that's more set in stone. So we are choosing our family. We are choosing our body. This body that I've taken, and the name Rima, all of this has been taken on loan. It's literally, I'm not saying metaphorically. This is literally a body, eyes, face, all of this, I have taken it on loan. My soul has loaned it in this life to be able to achieve the goals that it wanted to achieve. So one of my loans would have been likely based on the, karmic balance in the life that I've seen, that sure, I'll have a body that's, it's much more obese and plump, and it's really hard for me to shed weight as compared to other people. But I have a much more healthier body. My body is likely not going to have any terminal illnesses ever. So I was able to trade off one for the other because that's a choice I made. Same thing with parents. Okay, I will, maybe I want to burn off karmas of 3 janams in one life. So I'm going to take on a lot of pressure, a lot of, it's like you're given work at your workplace, and the choice is you get this done over 5 weeks, 5 days, or 5 hours. And I probably decided I wanted to get it done within 20 hours. And so for 3 lifetimes, all of the karmic balance that's negative, I want to burn it off in one lifetime. That's why I got such extreme retrograde planets. People who have retrograde planets are taking on more karmic balance to burn in one lifetime, either by choice or by force, depending on your balance. I know for me, it was a choice. I chose to take on more. I chose to have a childhood where my mom would pass away when I was 6. It forced me to grow spiritually so quickly. I mean, the pace at which I grew because of it, the pain was tremendous for decades, but the growth was also tremendous for over the decades, right? So we're making those choices. There's nobody who's put that on me. My soul has decided that. And my soul could decide that based on what it gathered as good deeds and bad deeds, the karmic balance. Nobody else is to blame for our life. There's nobody who is to ever blame for our lives. We are the only ones who are responsible. Yes, there are times when, our circumstances were stuck. They're limited. We do the best of what we have. It can be easy to feel like we're dependent on destiny. I don't ever believe that's ever the case. There's many other examples I can give you from personal life, but I don't want to make this video too long, maybe like a follow-up later. But thank you so much for watching. If you joined late, thank you for joining. Go back. My videos will make more sense. If you I'm not just saying it for the sake of you listening to me. Do not skip anything. Don't skip a minute of what I've said. Maybe when you're cooking, going for a walk, maybe when you're bathing and you have your Bluetooth on. listen to the whole audio and it will make more sense, much more sense to you. And I hope it, moves one of you, at least, helps you apply that in your life. Happy Thanksgiving. To especially, I want to say always so humbled by my biological mom, by the mom who, Pooja mom, who adopted me verbally as her own daughter at a very young age when I needed a mom. Many people would tell me, let me say this before I hang up, many friends' moms would see how broken I was as a child, very broken. Very, very, very completely distraught from the childhood that I had with not having a mom. I would see other children's parents, moms hugging them, patting their head, cooking for them. I never had any of that. I was never even called beta. I never even heard those words in my growing years ever in my home, or somebody asking me, how was your day? I haven't ever known what that is, ever. I've never been asked how was my day in my growing years, all my years, until I was an adult, or maybe, until I got married. I don't even remember when was the first time I would have heard somebody asking me in my home, how was your day? Like nobody had any interest in me, but mom did, and that's my best friend's mom who gave me the position of a daughter in her heart, in her life. And my best friend, they opened the door at a time when in India, you have to be in the same caste system to really have some close friends and to hang out. At least that's the family that I came from, very orthodox. If you're a Jain, you should have only Jain friends and you can't have Muslim friends. Or not that I'm saying I was in a Muslim family, but other castes, very different castes, not allowed. Girls and boys, there was taboos around all of that, but mom overrode all of that and she gave me a place in her life, in her heart, in her family. And because of which I am where I am today. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been here. I don't think I would have been here. So I can be thankful to, really a million things and people. The list will be very long. But on top of that, every single day, every time, thankful no more than, cannot be more thankful to anything or anyone else than my best friend and mom. So always going to hold true. It's going to go with me with my grave, and through with my soul over lifetimes. Thank you. This is Rima Desai from The Guiding Star. Thank you for watching. There's amazing people looking out for you, but you must heal your roots with your parents. It should never be an option. Never be an option to leave any kind of severed relationship with your parents. That's complete. I'm trying to say it in good ways. No matter what they've done to you, you have to mend that. I hope this message lands. Have a good day. Bye.